Previously on All My Children.
Can I help you?
I need Myrtle. Do you understand that? Myrtle is who I need.
I'll drop the suit if you can tell me Adam will never be a part of Colby's life. That's what I thought.
Is that what your idea of love is? To tear a child away from her natural mother?
No, of course that's not what I want.
Have you taken off a new sideline? What is it going to be? A dog? The Eiffel Tower? What?
It's going to be a sculpture of me, Myrt, with egg on my face.
Is the infomercial over?
Oh, yeah, it's over. It's over. It's finished. It's done with. Some sleazeball switched a batch of wall plaster with my miracle mask, and Greenleaf Smythe got a great stucco job all over her face.
Oh, my.
How are you feeling?
No, I feel fine. I feel fine.
Good.
Thanks to Ray. Where is she?
Well, she's on a mission of mercy.
About what?
Well, you better hold on to your hat for this one. It seems that Erica has landed herself in the hoosegow.
Erica's in jail again?
Yeah.
Well, what's the girl done this time?
She mouthed off to the judge at the custody case of Liza and Jake, and the judge held her in contempt. So Ray's gone off to spring her.
Oh, my. Erica's not going to like that at all. I tell you, Ray is the last person Erica wants to see.
Oh.
Derek, I thought you said I had a visitor.
What? I'm invisible?
I'd take all the help I could get if I were you, Erica.
You know what? I really didn't expect gratitude here, but a simple hello would have been nice.
Derek, will you please go and check if Dr. Hayward called? I know he'll drop everything when he knows I'm in here.
I'll get back to you on that.
Erica, the judge slapped you with a fine. In order to get you released, we have to pay that. So I have asked them to start the paperwork for you.
Did I ask you to help me?
No, but I'm here anyway.
Why didn't you tell Myrtle that I called?
Because she's resting. I told you that. I wasn't about to wake her. She's been under a lot of stress. And
Yes, she has. And I'm looking at the cause of it.
Would you please repeat your answer for this court? Didn't you just say that you don't think this child should be taken away from her natural mother? Isn't that correct?
Yes. No.
Yes, no? Which is it?
Look, I'm not as heartless as you make it out
Please,
to be.
Mrs. Martin, just answer the
I
question.
never wanted this to happen.
You never wanted what to happen?
Just say it, Jillian.
Is there some reason that you and Dr. Martin shouldn't have full custody of Colby?
No?
Well, now, you don't seem very sure.
Leslie, she needs some help.
Objection. Asked and answered, Your Honor.
Not to my satisfaction, Your Honor. Mrs. Martin is waffling on very direct, very simple questions.
Overruled, Miss Colson. Continue.
You seem a little upset.
I just don't like it when people are trying to put words into my mouth.
Well, then speak your mind. You don't want to be Colby's mother.
I do. And I want Jake to be her father. He deserves to be no matter what.
Well, now that's an odd thing to say. But Jake deserves to be Colby's father. He is Colby's father, isn't he?
I meant he deserved full custody.
But that's not what you said.
Maybe my English isn't what it's supposed to be, but I know what I meant.
Oh, please take your time. Explain it to the court.
Adam Chandler wants to be Colby's father, but he would just treat her like another one of his possessions.
You have no idea what kind of father Adam Chandler would make to
I
his
know
child.
what it's like to have a selfish father. But I can assure you nothing compares to what Adam would be to Colby.
So you believe your husband Jake would be a better father to Colby than Adam Chandler would be?
Yes. Yes.
So you were asking us to conclude that since you are Dr. Martin's wife, that you would make a better mother for Colby?
her to be the best mother I can. In a way, I know that I can't take Liza's place, and I wouldn't even try.
Are you aware of what full custody means? That my client would lose her right to raise her own daughter?
I told you that's not what I wanted.
Well, then why are you here? Tell me, where do you think baby Colby should be if not with her own mother?
With Jake.
And with you, his wife. And yet you hardly seem up to the task of raising a child, now do you?
Objection! Did someone hand out baseball bats at the door? This is beyond badgering a witness, Your Honor.
Watch your tone, Mr. Montgomery.
Yes. Judge, I will. Thank you. Does Colby deserve you as a mother?
She deserves the best I can give her.
The best you can give her. You have no children of your own. You have no experience with children whatsoever. And by your own admission, you've lived a life filled with deception. And yet you're asking this court to risk that your best is going to be good enough. I have no further questions.
Miss Colson,
Nothing further.
you may step down.
Excellent work.
Maybe we should call an ambulance. 'Cause that was a train wreck.
Why did you let her step down?
She's a mess, Jake. We don't need her doing any further damage.
Oh, so Ray and Erica don't get along, huh?
Erica would love to see Ray get on the first bus out of town.
Yes, lucky I talked her out of that.
What have you been up to?
Well, nothing. I ran into Ray at RCW and we got to talking.
And?
And I told her that she should give this daughter thing a chance. She'd try her new mama on for size, see how she fits.
I don't want to pressure her.
Oh, no, of course you don't want to pressure her. That's what I did. That's what friends are for. I mean, you just stepped in if this was a year ago and you'd bumped into Adrian, right? Are you mad?
If you gave Ray a push, bless your heart. I can't tell you how much it meant to me when she came back.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me. I know. You've been making room in your heart for her all this time.
And all that love doesn't make it any easier for Ray.
Or for Erica.
You're not actually accusing me of something.
I told Myrtle that she'd be much better off if she burnt that file from the Fanny Battle home. I knew that it would come to no good, and I was right.
And you think you're in the position to make that decision?
Yes, I do. Ray, I wish you no ill will.
Oh, well, I'm glad you cleared that up. You know, I was beginning to take all that hostility very personally.
Well, what you see as hostility is really my deep devotion to Myrtle. I hate to see her suffer.
Oh, boy, I'm about to get a lesson in selflessness from you.
Yes, you are. These are Myrtle's golden years, Ray. Myrtle has every right to be left alone to enjoy them, not forced to look back on them with any pain or regret.
And I represent that pain.
She'll be a lot happier again after you leave.
Yeah, bet you will be, too.
Oh, don't do this. Don't be envious of my relationship with Myrtle. That is based on years and years of love and trust, which you simply do not have. It would be better if you leave. I will take care of Myrtle.
Oh, yes, sure you will. And from what I'm seeing here, I'm not sure you can take care of anyone, least of all yourself.
Okay, you did the best you could.
How's it full up there, Jake? Jackson just kept twisting things
Oh,
around.
he's a lawyer. He twists and futzes around with words, manipulates facts. That's what he does. Anything he can to win.
I can't believe you're not mad at me. He's made me look like this incompetent slut.
No. Everybody in there could tell how incredible you would be with Colby. Yeah.
You really think so?
Yes, I know so. Adam and Liza took some big hits from Dixie and Haley, but Jack had to come after you.
Oh, gee, you know, Jillian was barely breathing after what Jackson put her through.
He wouldn't be dredging up a past that way if he thought it was going to be an easy win. I think they're getting desperate.
She must love Jake very much to have withstood what Jackson put her through.
Who knows, maybe going through this ordeal will bring them closer together.
I'm feeling very optimistic, Jack.
Jack, you really were inspired.
Jillian was holding something back.
I don't think so.
Oh, I do. There was something she very badly wanted to tell.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, well, we're up after recess. We've heard all of their witnesses. I'd like to put you on the stand first. So why don't you take some time and collect yourself.
Yes, actually, if we have a minute, I'd like to tell you something.
Sure.
Oh, Liza, surely I can stay and hear this.
This is between my lawyer and me. When I take the stand, Jack, I need you to ask me a very important question.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Mrs. Chandler, would you please state your name for the record?
Liza Colby Chandler.
Thank you. And Colby is your biological daughter, yes?
Yes, she is.
Could you describe to this court the love you feel for this child?
Well, it's the most all-consuming, deepest feeling I've ever known.
And what were the circumstances leading up to Colby's birth?
Well, I had decided that I wanted to be a mother. I wanted to have a child. And I deliberately set out to be a single mother.
How does one go about doing that?
Well, I went to a fertility clinic. And I was going to accept an anonymous donor. But then I had second thoughts, and I started looking into other options. And that's when one of my best friends, Jake Martin, offered to be a donor.
What was your response to this offer?
Well, I was amazingly, I just thought it was incredible. He was so generous. And Jake himself described the donation as a clinical procedure.
And that's why you agreed to his offer.
Well, yes. He had no interest, he said, in raising a child, and he appreciated my concerns, and I trusted him, so I accepted.
Liza, was any of this ever put into writing?
No. No, I didn't think I needed it. I took him at his word.
I have one last question for you, Liza. This court today has heard a lot of very negative things about your husband, Adam Chandler. I mean, it's safe to say that he hasn't been painted in a very favorable light. Let me ask you this. Would you leave Adam Chandler if that's the only way you would be allowed to keep your daughter Colby? So, Mrs. Chandler, you would leave your husband if it meant you could keep your daughter Colby?
Yes. If, after hearing my testimony, the court felt that it was in Colby's best interest to be with me and to never know Adam as a parental figure in her life, I would divorce him immediately.
I was hoping they ruled in favor of that, Adam.
Thank you, Liza. I have no further questions.
Miss Colson?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mrs. Chandler, isn't it true that only a few hours ago, before court was in session, my client agreed to drop the custody suit if only you could guarantee that Adam would never be a part of Colby's life?
If I could guarantee, yes, we discussed that possibility.
But you didn't agree to leave Adam forever, did you?
We discussed ways to avoid this hearing.
Did you agree to leave your husband or not?
I didn't say anything.
You can't leave him, can you?
What do you mean?
Well, we've all heard what Adam Chandler is capable of. From Haley Vaughn, from Dixie Martin. Yet you've married the man not once, but twice.
I felt that I could bring out the best in Adam.
Well, I've got another word for it, addiction. You're addicted to that man, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Your Honor, this is totally irrelevant.
I would take Colby and I would go to the far ends of the earth, away from Adam, if I felt that was what was best.
Oh, well, would you bother to tell Dr. Martin where you were going?
Of course I would.
Then why didn't you do that this past New Year's Eve? You ran away with Colby then, didn't you? How was the World Television Conference? It was in Monaco, right?
There was no television conference.
Which my client didn't discover until he tried to track you down. He didn't know where, or when, or if you were coming back with his child, did he?
No, he didn't.
That's why we're here, Mrs. Chandler. Your idea of shared custody stinks.
Erica, please. I respect your relationship with Myrtle, really I do. But let's get one thing straight here. It was just a couple of days ago that I found out I'm adopted. Now, when Myrtle and I found each other, I'm glad about it, okay? And she wants me in her life.
Myrtle is so overwhelmed at this point that I doubt highly that she even knows what she wants.
Do you have any idea how much that would hurt her if she heard you say that?
How dare you presume to know anything at all about how Myrtle would feel about anything?
Why do you insist on making this a competitive thing between you and me?
I'm not competing with you. I'm trying to protect my friend.
Protect Myrtle? Oh, come on, Erica. Myrtle doesn't need protecting, that's for sure. You're just trying to protect yourself and you know it.
Oh, from what?
Well, apparently, I'm a threat to you. You're afraid I'm going to take your place in Myrtle's heart, aren't you? That she's going to abandon you. Obviously, you'll do anything to make sure that doesn't happen.
Oh, please, I really don't need your cheap talk show analysis.
I could never take your place in Myrtle's heart. I would never try. All that I want is that Myrtle and I have some kind of a relationship together. I'm going to go see about your paperwork.
I've already done that.
David!
Well, hello, Doctor. You see? A white knight more to your liking has now arrived.
I paid your fine, Erica. You'll be out any time now.
Good luck.
We appreciate you stopping by.
We most certainly do not. Don't waste your time being nice to that woman, whoever she is. Please get me out of here now.
How could I be so stupid? Of course Jake was going to have a conversation with Leslie about me saying I would lead Adam.
Liza, your appeal to the judge is all that matters, and now she knows how far you're willing to go to raise Colby.
Don't you understand? It works both ways. She could also think I'm capable of kidnapping my own child.
Oh, Hannah. I'm sorry, I'm so late. I got tied up at the gallery. All right, get your wits about you, because you're going to be next up on the stand. Oh, I'm ready. I just have to tell the truth, right? Yeah, well, the truth can be evasive in a custody hearing, especially in this custody hearing. Well, I'll just tell him what I know. That's all I can do. Yes, well, you know that I love Colby. And I know that you think Jake's a swell guy, but he's not Colby's natural father. What are you getting at? You have to do what's right. What's best for Colby, and that would be to tell the truth. The whole truth, even if it means exposing me as Colby's father. You mean tell him everything I know, no matter what they ask me. You can't do any less, can you, Stuart?
What are you whispering about out here?
Nothing.
Stuart, he's not encouraging you to testify that he's Colby's biological father, is he?
He was just telling me to tell the truth, the whole truth.
Listen, Stuart, I think that you should just answer Jackson and Leslie's questions, but you don't have to offer up any information, especially something that might damage me or Adam.
She's right, Adam. If the judge finds out that you were a sperm switcher, she's not going to think you're one of the best dads in town. Forget about me. Just as long as you support Liza.
Well, of course you'll support Liza.
Liza's a wonderful mother. Colby couldn't have a better mother.
Thank you, Stuart. You're going to do just fine up there.
Stuart, have you observed your brother Adam with Colby?
Oh, yes. Yeah, many times.
And how is he with her?
Well, he's crazy about her. He loves to hold her and to make her laugh, watch her sleep. He's great with her.
How is Jake Martin with Colby, Mr. Chandler?
Oh, he's wonderful.
That's a strong endorsement.
Well, you only have to see Jake with Colby one time, and it's pretty obvious.
Knowing what you know about both of these men, who would be a better father for Colby? Adam Chandler or Jake Martin?
I'm not sure that's a fair question. Both Jake and Adam love Colby very much.
We're not trying to determine who loves her the most, but who would make the best father.
Can't you derail this?
No, she has established that Stuart knows both of you. That makes what he's saying relevant.
In your opinion, who is the best parent? Dr. Martin or Mr. Chandler?
I'm sorry, Adam. I think Dr. Martin would be the better father.
Why would you say that?
Because there's a lot more to being a father than biology. I have a son, and he's not mine by blood, but I'm all... I think I'm his father because I'm always there when he wants me to be there. At least I hope. I put him ahead everything. This whole custody hearing, I think, Judge, is very wrong. I think you should make the people go back to where it was. That's the best way for Colby.
That's a very astute observation, Mr. Chandler, but apparently that's not an option.
Well, you know, Adrian still feels that somehow by loving his new family, he's betraying his daddy and the only mama he knew until we got hooked up again.
It must have been difficult for him,
Yeah, in more ways than you can possibly know. But Ray seems to be doing pretty well.
Well, I think that may be for you, just for you, you know. As a kid, she had a very rough time. She didn't feel loved or wanted. It was just all the things I was afraid of. And I just don't know how to make up to her for all that.
Well, you're doing fine, Mert.
Oh, well, I want to know how to be a mother to my own child. And I just don't know yet.
Well, sweetie, I mean, you have been perfecting your technique for years. All you
count
got to
my-
do now is shine.
Count my blessings.
Yeah, and count your
Yes,
blessings.
Ray is a wonderful, wonderful woman.
Yeah, you said a mouthful there. I mean, you could ended up with some viper like Vanessa.
No.
Oh, good, you're out. Oh, look, you've got a little rosiness
I
in your
feel fine.
Listen.
How was Erica?
Furious. She wasn't very happy to see me.
Oh, was she rude?
No. I think she's scared.
Oh.
She believes that I'm going to steal you away from her.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I love that girl. But you know, she doesn't know how to share.
Yeah.
Why hasn't Derek let me out of here yet?
I told him I like you behind bars. I finally have you under control.
Oh, well, aren't you cavalier at my expense? I'm suffering.
Erica, relax. He said it would take a while for the paperwork.
Well, at least Dr. Homewrecker isn't here.
Listen, I know that it's hard to hear the truth sometimes, but Ray was right. She's not displacing you.
David, what's going on? I'm a very caring person. And lately everyone has very unpleasant things to say to me.
Well, maybe the Earth is out of alignment.
First Jackson told me that I was selfish, and then Ray tells me I'm emotionally needy, and now you. You seem to be agreeing with him.
Well, everybody has to sit under the learning tree now and again, Erica. Maybe it's your turn.
And maybe you should be more understanding. Especially about people who thrust themselves into your life out of the blue. I mean, Leo certainly doesn't brighten your day.
No, but Ray isn't exactly casting a shadow over you, Erica. Myrtle still loves you.
Despite the fact that I'm so uncaring. As soon as I get out of here, we'll go to Myrtle's, and I'm going to prove that I am at least as caring as that so-called long-lost daughter of hers.
Any more witnesses, Mr. Montgomery?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
The court would like to question a witness you haven't called. Adam Chandler, Jr.
Oh, excuse me, Your Honor. I don't want my son involved in this mess.
He's only a boy, Your Honor. This could be very frightening for him.
I'm sensitive to your concerns, Mr. Chandler, but at 12 years old, your son already has perspective on what kind of parent you are, Mr. Chandler.
Please, Your Honor.
We'll be sensitive to your son's feelings. I'll clear the court.
You understand, I have to be here.
That's not a problem. Can you have him here in half an hour?
Yeah, I guess so.
Go get him, and he'll be fine.
The court will be adjourned for 30 minutes.
Jack. A son can't take the stand against his own father, can he?
Who says it's going to be against you?
Erica, listen, why don't you allow Myrtle to have her reunion with her daughter?
What?
All right, look, why do we table this conversation for now, okay? To be honest with you, I'm not even clear as to why you're in here.
Well, it was a complete miscarriage of justice. That's why I'm in here. I was actually denied my day in court by a very hostile judge.
I thought it was Jake's and Liza's day in court.
Well, it was also Adam's day in court, and that's why I went down there to show my support. But Jackson refused to put me on the stand, and I think that was a very big mistake.
Oh, okay, so I see. So you tried to correct that mistake.
Today, I sacrificed my freedom for a friend. I think that proves how caring a person I am.
Well, you're going to have to forgive me for not seeing you as contending for martyr status just yet. This seems like a case of the world, or at least this judge, not bowing down to pay homage to Erica Kane.
Well, you're wrong. Again.
Okay, Erica. You're free to go.
Well, you should certainly do something about these cells, Derek, because a person can hardly even sit down properly. I'm going to care for Myrtle, and you can come along if you want.
She looks good behind bars, Derek.
Liza, I'm sorry. I understand if you're angry.
No. My testimony went so badly. Yours didn't harm us at all, Stuart.
If you don't mind, I'm going to go back to the gallery. This trial's been very upsetting.
Okay, darling, you go on. You go ahead.
I don't know how I feel about the judge calling Junior. Seems so unnecessary.
Yeah, especially since Liza's just weakened her own case.
Yeah, and Stuart's on our side, man. This thing should be a lock.
I feel for Junior, but my heart goes out to Liza and Stuart. It was very classy of her to let us have Colby last Christmas. Don't think we'll have those good feelings anytime soon.
Look, Jake, you're doing everything that you have to do, but unfortunately, in this case, everyone's gonna lose something.
I know, but Colby's got the most to lose if I didn't do anything.
Ted, could I speak to you for just a moment?
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, you kill him.
Well, it looks like your brother's winning at the moment, but it's still very early in the game. Why the hell haven't you told him? Jake will eventually find out that he's not Colby's father.
Yeah, well, eventually is the key word in that sentence, isn't it, Adam? Hopefully, after he wins full custody, and you won't be able to interfere in Colby's life anymore.
He won't feel any better for being lied to, even if he wins.
I'll risk it. Because after he does win, you can whine all you want about DNA and paternity tests, but you'll have to do it from the inside of a jail cell.
Does Julian seem okay to you, Dad?
She's got a lot of dignity, but I think she's feeling vulnerable right now. Try and be reassuring.
I will. All that stuff about Hayward and Ryan has no bearing on who she is now. Outside of Mom, she's the sweetest, most honest woman I know.
feel so ashamed.
Oh, please, I want you to stop thinking like that right away.
You're not embarrassed to have me as your daughter-in-law?
Oh,
I just feel like the world's worst stepmother, worst wife.
now, darling, look, you know, Jake, Jackson has a job that sometimes forces him to become very nasty. But as far as we're concerned, we feel blessed to have you in the family.
Oh, Mrs. Martin, you are too nice.
You know, Mrs. Martin, you are very, very sweet. And we are so happy for you and Jake, and nothing will ever change that.
Dad's staring at me.
Listen, I don't want you to worry about a thing, you understand? All you gotta do is speak from the heart and tell the truth. You're gonna be fine.
I wanted us all to sit together privately. You're not on trial here, Junior, and whatever you say in this room won't be repeated, okay? And your mother will stay right here with you. Now, you know what's going on with Colby, right?
It's a custody fight.
That's right. Now, I'm going to ask you a few questions. You answer the best you can. You live with your mother and stepdad, right?
Yeah, but I still see my real dad.
Can you tell me about your real dad?
I love him.
Well, that's good. Now, some people have told me that he can be controlling sometimes. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Well, he always wants to get his own way.
Yeah.
Well, he can be quite powerful, so sometimes he's like that.
Has he ever used his power in a way that has upset you?
Well, he's sneaky sometimes.
Can you give me an example?
It's okay, honey. You go ahead and say whatever's on your mind. He tried to send me away to boarding school without asking me if I wanted to go or not. And without telling my mom.
And how did that make you feel?
Just didn't like the fact that he tried to trick us.
And how did you react to that?
I ran away. But not far. And I didn't mean to scare anybody. I just wanted to stay in Pine Valley with my mom and with Tad.
And how do you feel about your father now?
I still love him.
And after the trick with the boarding school, do you feel safe with him?
Honestly, I can be afraid of him sometimes.
I hear that Opal headed you off at the pass.
Oh, well, she did help me clear up a few things. I guess that's the reason I am still here.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot to sort out, you know.
I know.
Let's go home. I feel an urge to make a big batch of cookies.
Okay. All right.
Oh, darling. It's good to see you're out. Oh, are you all right?
I'm going to go get your coat, okay?
I heard you weren't feeling well.
Oh, it was nothing at all. I've just been a few tiring days, that's all.
Yes. Well, you know something? You were in perfect health before Ray came here. If only she would leave, Myrtle.
Erica, sweetheart, darling, listen. I love you as if I'd given birth to you myself. And that is never going to change. But I've got room in my heart to love Ray, too. Now, you're going to have to find a way to accept that. Now, don't make me choose. Hmm?
Myrtle?
Thank you, darling. Come on.
Ruth, can I speak to...
Maybe it would be better if we waited.
Okay. Jillian, we're all getting beaten up in there. And I am grateful that you haven't told Jake the truth.
I did that for Jake and Colby, not for you.
Which is why I think that you're our best shot in getting him to drop this before this turns into the biggest disaster of our lives.
Too late. We're already buying the house down the street from his parents, so we can be close to them. And he wants you to be able to come over whenever you want to. There's a beautiful little nursery.
Jillian, I don't want to hear about this dream house. Well, what are you going to do when my child wakes up in the middle of the night and she doesn't know where she is? What are you going to do when my baby starts crying for me and I'm not there?
Jake will be there. All you had to do was just leave Adam.
No, that's not true. I was there. I told him that Adam had signed the divorce papers and that Adam was leaving the house and he was still going to sue me for custody. She is my child, Jillian. She's mine. And you and Jake are not taking her from me. Do you understand that?
Well, I can't say it went well for us in there. I'm sorry.
Son, it's all right. Whatever you said, I'll always be proud of you.
How's Junior?
He's upset. We're taking him home, though. I promised I'd be there as soon as I could.
I'm prepared to make a ruling. Jake Martin versus Liza Colby Chandler. Mrs. Chandler, I do not doubt that you're a loving mother, but I do question some of the choices you've made subsequent to your daughter's birth, especially after hearing testimony today.
Oh, wait. Don't do this.
This is not easy for anyone, but I must determine what is in the best interest of the minor child, Colby Martin. It is my judgment that her future will best be served in the custody of her father, Dr.
No, you can't.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Chandler, but that is my ruling.
And it's wrong. Jake is not Colby's father.